Hello, it's me, but I am on my new YouTube account. I am going to start using this YouTube account instead of my other one, so I'm going to post a link on my other account so you can look at my other 4 or 5 videos I have on that one. But today we're going to be talking about temptations. Now, in this one I forgot to put something in it, which is in Revelations chapter 2 verse 25 and chapter 3 verse 2 through 7. Well, we're going to talk about how temptation started and how it's still going on today. But let me point out something real quick in chapter 2, in Genesis chapter 2, verse 25. It says, Adam and his wife were both naked and they felt no shame. The reason why they felt no shame is because, and the reason why they didn't know each other that was naked, because they had God's glory on them. When God's glory was on them, they didn't know they were naked. They thought because they had the spiritual clothes on. They didn't know they were naked. They had the spiritual clothes on them. But in chapter 3, verse 2, it says, the woman said to, this is when the serpent came to them. The woman said to the serpent, or Eve said to the serpent, we may eat the fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did not say you must eat from the fruit in the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die. And the serpent, or the devil, said, you will certainly not die. For God knows when you eat from it, from your eyes will be open, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. When the woman saw that the fruit was when the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food, it was pleasing to the eye. Let me say something here. Sin is pleasing to the eye, and that fruit has sin on it. And she saw that it was pleasing to the eye, and sin is pleasing. And also desirable for gaining wisdom. She took and ate it, and she gave her husband some who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized that they were naked, so they sewed fig trees together and made coverings out of them. After they ate that apple, the spiritual clothes, God's glory, fell off them, and then they realized to each other they were naked, and so they hid and sewed some fig trees. And when they hid from God too, because God came to the garden and said, Adam, where art thou? And Adam came out saying, I was scared because I was naked, so I ran and hid. So that's how sin started. Now we're going to go to the big deal right here. Now we're first going to talk about Matthew 4, chapter 4, verse 1. Chapter 4, verse 1 through 11, and this is when Jesus is tempted. In chapter 4, verse 1 through 11, it says, Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. The tempter came to him and said, If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread. Jesus answered and said, It is written that man shall not live on bread alone, but on his word every day. But on his word that comes from the mouth of God. Then the devil took him to the holy city and had him stand on the highest point of the temple. And he said, If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, He will command His angels concerning you, and He will lift you up from the hand, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. Then Jesus answered and said, It is written, Do not put your Lord your God to a test. Again the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world, and the splendor. And the devil said, All this I will give you, he said, if you bow down and worship me. And Jesus answered and said to him, Away from me, Satan, for it is written, Worship the God, your Lord, your God only, and serve him only. Sorry, I don't know what's going on, but serve him only. Then the devil left him, and the angels came to attend him. When Jesus was tempted by the devil, he said no each time. It only took 3 devils. The devil only asked him 3 times, and it only took 3 times to say no. It took Jesus 3 times. When Jesus said no 3 times, the devil got upset and mad and left him. The reason why he left him is because Jesus kept his faith and did not fall into his temptations. When people are usually tempted by somebody, they usually do not have faith in God, and they don't listen to God. They usually go on because they think it contains fun and excitement, but it actually don't, because you'll get in trouble later on when you notice that it does not contain none of them things. But people need to realize they need faith in God and not to listen to devils and temptations. The devil can use your family members, they can use your friends, they can use anybody, they can even use your church members that have been going to church for a long time to tempt you. People need to realize that, but they actually don't realize that. That's why I'm on here making a YouTube video, so people will know what temptations is about and how the devil can use other people. We want to go on. If you say no to the devil, the reason why I think people do not say no is because they think, well, I'm going to say again, they think temptations contains fun, like sex, drugs, alcohol, anything. They think it contains fun. But once you get in trouble and notice that you done wrong, you're going to be saying, oh Lord, I done wrong. I knew I shouldn't have done this, but the devil tempted me because I thought it would be fun. Temptations is pleasing. Temptations that looks like it's pleasing, but it's actually not pleasing, because once you do it, you're going to notice that you have done wrong. And it says how, well, I missed the verse here. But yeah, I had other page, but it says that in 1 Corinthians 10:13, it says, no temptations has overtaken you except what is common to all men and mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear, but when you are tempted, He will also make a way out so you can endure. Now, let's just say you're being tempted very bad. God will not, He will never let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. Like, I can't think of a good example, but like if you're getting tempted a lot, you won't, like, where does it say He won't let you be tempted beyond what you can handle? If you are getting tempted, God will provide a way out. Like if you, like a woman wants to have sex with you, boom, God is providing you a way out. Like He said, no, I will not sin against my God. Just like Joseph did with that woman, with the Pharaoh's assistant, Pharaoh's wife. He said, Joseph, come alive with me, and Joseph said, I will not sin against my God. He ran out, but he left his coat, and the Pharaoh's daughter got his coat and said he tried to rape me and threw him in jail, but he kept his faith because he said no to that temptation that woman was trying to get him. That is temptations right there. So, and it also in Hebrews 2:18, it says, because He Himself suffered when He was tempted, He is able to help those who are being tempted. This is talking about that when Jesus was tempted, He was suffered by the temptations, but He actually did not suffer much. But Jesus said that He would help us, and He would not let us be tempted beyond what we can bear. In James 1:13, it says, when tempted, no one should say, God is tempting me, for and cannot be tempted by evil, nor does He tempt anyone. God will never tempt nobody. He will never tempt you. God is not evil. He will not tempt you to do evil things, but He will help you. That is the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and if you have any questions or comments, email me and I'll get right to them. Thank you, and God bless.